Good evening, everybody. So excited to see the members of BD Nation. I realize that our BD Nation spans the whole entire globe. So for some of us, it's nighttime. For others, it's morning. And yet for others, it's in the middle of the afternoon. To each and every one of you, I say welcome to tonight's episode of Wealth Wisdom with Gary Fichardt. But let me also give to each one of you a very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and a greeting of happy holidays, no matter what part of the world you happen to be in. You know, this right now is an incredibly exciting time for ByDzyne, because as we're wrapping up this year of 2020, these last 2 months, November and December, which are typically and traditionally some of the slower months in network marketing in the whole entire year, have been our fastest, our best, our greatest months of this entire year. So to each and every one of you, we say thank you so much. We are grateful to all of our brand ambassadors for the incredible accomplishments that you are achieving in these last 2 months. What a great time it is as we end the year of 2020 on such a high note, and we get ready to explode the brand new year of 2021 as the great year of momentum and mojo. This is going to be a breakout year for ByDzyne, the year of 2021. So really excited to have all of you in this very final Wealth Wisdom episode of the calendar year 2020. And so excited and grateful to have Gary Fichardt, who is here with us again to share his insights, his wisdom, his brilliance, and his passion for Forex education. Now, I've got to believe that there might be one or two other men or women somewhere on the planet that know something about Forex education, but they're probably only half as good as Gary Fichardt. So Gary, it's a great privilege to welcome you again in the name of ByDzyne and all of our brand ambassadors from BD Nation. Grateful that you're here with us in the middle of this holiday week. So let me, without any further delay, officially turn the mic to you, Gary.
I appreciate that, Dave, and thank you very much, and welcome everyone. You know, I'm dressed a little bit differently. It is like David said, it's you know, we're in between Christmas and New Year, and so normally I take off this time because the markets tend to be a little slow. But to go ahead and reiterate how important this time is, it is a time of preparation. It's time for us to get into the market and actually start preparing for 2021. This year, and I'm going to show you a couple of results right now, but this year hasn't been a bad year. I know there's a lot of things that have gone down with regards to the COVID-19. We've had lockdown. There's a lot of stuff that's happened here in this particular year in the US, but of course globally as well. But yet the trading has still been very, very good for us. In fact, December, which is also a very quiet month of trading, has actually been an absolute killer month of trading based on one of the strategies that I teach here at Market Traders. And we'll go into those details in a moment as well. But let's go ahead and get started very early. And like I said, this is, I don't know if you can see, I'm going to stand up a little bit higher, but you can see I've got my Santa t-shirt on right here. Yep, it is time to go ahead and open up your gifts, right? And so hopefully you're going to open up a great gift today as we go ahead and talk about the market and discuss the trading opportunities as we look to prepare for 2021. So there's a lot of opportunities, and I'm still opening up gifts, and whether it's a gift in the market that the market's offering a great trading opportunity, or whether it's actual gift from someone, it doesn't really matter. It's time to celebrate. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look and see what's going on. I'm going to take over the controls for right here. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And I always like to start off my sessions by just making sure everyone understands that it's important to educate yourself. No matter how many times I show you how there are great trading opportunities, it takes education to know and understand how to be able to trade it, how to be able to find those opportunities. And if you're not going to be educated, you are doing yourself a huge injustice, and you have to absolutely understand that that nothing that we do today doesn't come with a little bit of education, sometimes a lot of education to be able to get things done. And it's no different with regards to trading. And here at Market Traders and with ByDzyne, we understand that and we know that, and that's why we put education at the forefront of trading. Don't try and take shortcuts. There are so many traders out there, so many new traders out there that see the profits that other traders are making, see the success from other traders, and they want it too, but they're not prepared to take the right path. They try and take the shortcut, and that leads to disaster. So I'm going to go ahead and say, as we're moving into 2021, don't be that guy. All right. Let's not take shortcuts. Let's learn from the traders, the experienced traders, but let's also not understand. Sorry, did you say something, David? Oh, I saw an echo. It must have been an echo. But let's not understand. Let's not think about taking shortcuts in this process of learning how to trade. And you can see here at Market Traders, we provide you here at Market Traders in the Smart Market Academy with ByDzyne. As our partnership grows, we've provided you with great education, great trading software. I'm going to go into the software as well, and I'm going to talk about that. But if you go into the Smart Market Academy, you'll be able to access all of the education that we are providing you as a good basis to get started. All right. And you'll see right here, we're offering different level of courses. We're offering the FX leveling course. We're offering the Harmonic Traders course. We're offering the FX Foundation course, which is important. And we're offering the cryptocurrencies. Is anyone trading cryptos at the moment right now? Well, I'm telling you, I'm in cryptos at the moment right now. I'm in Bitcoin. Well, actually, I moved all my money out of Bitcoin and I moved it into Ethereum. I'm making an absolute killer year with regards to trading cryptos. And I believe it's still going to fly a little more. We can go into a little more details about what cryptos are going to be doing as well. We'll talk about that this evening. But there's definitely opportunities. Now, before you get involved, go through the education. If you become a student here with ByDzyne and partner with us in this journey to educate ourselves in the Forex market, I am absolutely going to say, educate yourself first. Don't take shortcuts in the education. Learn and understand. Now, we're going to give you not just the education, but we're going to give you the mentorship that you need. You're going to be able to spend time with me during my live trading sessions on a day-to-day basis. You're going to be able to spend time with the best traders that are in this industry and learn from them as you go through this path of understanding how to be able to trade the markets. Now, with that being said, with the education, with the tools, with the mentorship that we provide here at Market Traders through ByDzyne, is going to be able to provide you the best platform to make the best or take the best chances of succeeding in the Forex industry, because we have the best of the best. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at some details regarding trading opportunities. Now, here is the software called SmartTrader.com. As a student with ByDzyne, you get access to our software, which is called SmartTrader.com. It's a trading software, and what this trading software does is it provides us with opportunity so that we can go ahead and analyze the market, break it down, and understand whether or not we should be buying a certain currency pair or selling a certain currency pair. All right. And at the moment right now, we're offering a bunch of tools. I'm going to go through them on a high level. Just go ahead and show you what it is. We have indicators that give us buy and sell signals. It's called the Zone Trader. We have the Smart Patterns, which is Harmonic Patterns. These Harmonic Patterns are populated on the chart, and they identify trading opportunity. You'll see we actually give you this tool that identifies the trade. Let me go ahead and click on to that, and hopefully that'll stay there. Let me see if it does. Okay, there we go. So it offers us this tool, and this tool is a pattern scanner. It scans for these patterns in the market, and these patterns offer opportunity to identify a sell and a buy option. And then once we have these patterns appearing, we can go ahead and trade them using other ways to trade it. You can trade the patterns on its own, or you can combine it with tools like the trend zone, as I just showed you earlier on right here. And the trend zone will be more of a short-term trading system. Now, what you can do is you can take these tools and you combine them together to find a trading opportunity. Now, let me go ahead and show you a couple of things here. Now, if you take a look over here, and let me go ahead and clean up the chart a little bit here. There we go. If you take a look at the chart right here, you'll notice that there are two lines that are green and two lines that are red. When you see these two lines showing you green, green, or red, red, it's telling you something. For instance, when you see two green lines showing upward movement right here, this is actually telling us that we should be buying this currency pair, which means that we've got the Aussie traded against the Canadian dollar. And as the Aussie gets stronger against the Canadian dollar, because that's what is really telling us if price moves up higher, it's telling that the price of the Aussie is getting stronger against the Canadian dollar. And if that happens, when we see these green lines, it's telling us to buy. Then we see a little bit of a retracement, and then we have another buying opportunity here where price continues to move. And by taking on these opportunities, this opportunity offers, we're using this tool right here, it shows us that it's offering us an opportunity that is giving us about 155 pips. Now, for those that don't understand what pips mean, pips is actually where we make money. Pips is equivalent to a dollar value, and it's equivalent, and let's use just a round off number of 10. Every pip equals $10 with a standard lot traded. So every pip equals $10, all right, and $10 is based off a standard lot traded. Now, if you take a look over here, this is 156 pips. So within inside this time period, which looks like a couple of days, we made 155 pips. Now let's do the math. If it's 155 pips right here, we got to times that by $10. So we're looking at a total of $1,550 that was generated over a period of a couple of days. All right. Now, the same thing happened right here. As price goes ahead and confirms a signal and price moves up north, we can see that price eventually goes up all the way up here to the top, offering once again a trading opportunity. How much is that? Well, let's take a look and see. From the bottom over here all the way to the top, the opportunity was 181 pips. All right. Now, we all know 181 pips times that by $10 equals to 1,800 and what would you say, $10. So $1,810. That was the movement we saw over a period of, looks like 15 days. So that was a little bit longer over the Christmas period. Now, why is this so important to us? Why is this so exciting for us? Well, you see, as we start to prepare for the 2020 trading, we need to look at these type of things to be able to identify trading opportunities, because we want, just like this month was an awesome month. In fact, one of my strategies right here showed a 10.18% return. We had a good, in fact, it was better than November. We thought with the US elections, we'll have a lot of opportunity, but December was actually a better opportunity, because on this particular strategy, when price is moving a little bit more sideways, it actually creates a good opportunity to take quick profits and get in and out of the market very quickly. So we managed to generate quite a bit of profit over the month of December, even though it was a quiet month of trading. You can see the amount of currency pairs that we traded, quite a bit. All right, quite a bit of currency pairs that we actually traded. Now, all of this is possible with the education and with all the training that you get. All of this is possible to be able to trade this many currency pairs and be able to manage your risk on each pair to be able to get a good return on your investment. We teach that here at Market Traders, how to be able to do that. Now, let's get back to the markets. Where's the opportunity right now? Because listen here, everything's about opportunity. If there's one thing that you can do for yourself before you head into 2021 is take on the education, study, understand it, learn it, get into our trading rooms, understand exactly what we're looking for. In my trading rooms, I'm going to be identifying directional bias. What is directional bias? Well, in the trading rooms, as you join ByDzyne and you become a student, you get access to my trading room. And in my trading room, I sit each day on a Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and we talk about the market setups. We talk about market setups, but we also identify market direction, because that's very, very important. Now, once you know what the market direction is, it's very easy for you to be able to quickly discern whether or not you should be buying or selling a currency pair. And how do we do that? Well, if I said to you that we have a directional bias that is bearish because of this pattern, here I'm using a harmonic pattern. And this harmonic pattern is in the form of a max butterfly. So what is this max butterfly? What does this max butterfly tell us? It tells us that price wants to move bearish. All right, now if I go ahead and mark this off right here, we can see that this is the target. This level right here is where we're anticipating price to fall to. All right, now a trend line going up may support it. We may see it supported at this level, and then price will continue to move north. But at this point in time, we're looking for a correction move. All right, a correction move. Now, we can get all technical, and I can get all crazy with you with some advanced technical analysis, but I don't want to do that to this evening. But I want to say this, that there's enough evidence, all right, in this market to justify why we would see a retracement move. In fact, without giving you a lot more information, based on where price is at right now, we could see price going down to this level right here. Listen here. I love showing everyone this, and I'm going to show you anyways, all right? So look at this. When price moves in a wave structure, wave one, it's normally a 5-wave structure. We have wave one right here. Price then moves down, giving us a wave two. Then price moves up and goes to wave three, which is right here. Once we complete that, we get the price moves back to a wave four, and this is the final wave right here. So now we're in a 5-wave structure right here. What happens when we have a 5-wave structure? Well, for those that have studied idiot wave like I have, you know that the market's then looking for what we call a corrective wave. And a corrective sequence is something like this, where it goes ahead and creates an A, B, and then C pullback. What it's doing is it's actually positioning itself to go higher up. And so what it does, it retraces down and then looks to extend further north. And so as we look into this right here, we're expecting price to drop back down to this level, bounce up, go to that level, then bounce back down, go to this level, where it's eventually going to find support once it takes out the previous wave 4 low, and then it's going to trade back up again. So at least at this point, which is so important, this is what's so great about trading technicals, right? Is because once we can understand what this market's telling us, we can position ourselves on the lower time frames to take on those small opportunities. Whether we're making 150 pips a day, whether we're making 100 pips a day, whether we're making 50 pips a day, it doesn't really matter, because everyone has their own goal sets, right? But what's important is that traders start feeling more comfortable knowing that they've been educated to understand what direction to trade. Listen, when I started 25 plus years ago, the one thing that I struggled with the most was really understanding whether or not I'm in the right direction. Once I got to learn about directional bias and got to learn how to be able to identify the direction of the market, it made my job a lot easier. All right. It took a lot of the weight off my shoulders because now all I had to focus in now is the strategy that I wanted to implement in that direction. All right. And so as we go ahead and look at the setup right here, we're now anticipating for price to want to go ahead and move bearish. So we're going to go ahead and look for a bearish sell-off. Now, this is a strategy we can use right here. Just like you saw how we made profit going up right here based on these setups, if we had traded them, we are going to be doing the same thing now as the market goes south. Now, check this out. Remember when I said it's green? When we get two lines that are green, we're buying. And when we get red lines, we're looking to sell. Now, because the directional bias on the larger time frame indicates that we're going to see a sell-off, what are we going to do here on the Aussie Canadian? We are going to sell, right? So here we get two lines that are showing red. This means that traders are going to start thinking bearish. And so we will sell on that. Now it's gone slightly green right here. So what does that mean? That means this could be in, just like you saw over here. Check this out. Can you see it right here as it goes green? Then we have this bit of red here indicating retracement, a little bit of red there, a little bit of red there. These are all retracement moves. Now, what we have here is we have the opposite, okay? And the opposite move on this is that we're looking to sell with the red lines, and this green is just the retracement. So all of this right here becomes an opportunity for us to go ahead and sell. So what we do is, in this instance right here, we look to sell at this candle right here. So we're going to get in on, let's go ahead and put a horizontal line right here and say, that's where we're going to go ahead and sell, right? Let's just make that thicker, right? So yeah, we want to go ahead and sell. Now, if you're not in on a trade, which I'm sure some of you may not be in on a trade, you can say, well, big dog, I'm going to wait for the market to go ahead and pull back a little bit higher up. And then when it turns around and goes red again, I'm going to look to get in on that trade. So you may not be in on this move, and you're now waiting for the next opportunity. That's what it is. It's the next opportunity. Now, I'm going to encourage everyone to start practicing this between now and the end of the year. Because if you look at the fundamental calendar for the rest of the year, it doesn't look very exciting. Take a look over here. This is the calendar right here. You can see Monday, bank holidays. Tuesday, nothing happening. Wednesday, are you kidding me? Bank holiday. Thursday, what? Bank holiday. Friday, bank holiday. So things are a little slow. Now, you got to know that what fundamentals, all right, are not just being let's say listed, and that's going to move the market. We have fundamentals that are unlisted that may move the markets. What could move the markets over this period? Well, we've got Brexit. The EU is signing and putting in writing the final details of the Brexit deal with the UK and the European Union taking place tomorrow. We're going to get some pound movement over tomorrow, over the course of tomorrow's day. I actually spoke about it in my YouTube channel. For those that don't know, I have a YouTube channel. I do, FXBigDog, and I broadcast the details around what could happen over Brexit. Brexit at the moment right now, I feel like it's been discounted already into the marketplace, that we're not going to get exorbitant moves in the market. It's going to be slight spikes in the market. I think we're going to get more of a choppiness. I think a lot of the price has already been discounted in, but we could get some movement based on Brexit. Number two, U.S. elections. Even though even though the state is that Biden has won the election, it's not done yet. There's too many things that are still out there that is still needs to be verified, needs to be confirmed, and these are the type of things that could change the momentum of the market. We've seen a lot of if you look at U.S. dollar, we look at Swiss franc, JPY. They all safe haven currency pairs. They are going to move as the stock market moves based on what is the final decision, final results, final final details of the U.S. election. as we're heading into the 6th of January, as we're heading into the 14th of January, as we get to the 20th of January, all these dates start affecting how the markets are going to move, because ultimately, traders, people move the markets, right? It's people's emotions that move the markets, because with the emotions, they react a certain way. When they react a certain way, the markets then move in a certain direction. And it could be that they're either getting nervous about the situation here in the US, and they're moving their money out of risk on vehicles and moving into more of a safe haven vehicle, like putting their money back in the bank. And then we're going to start seeing currencies like US dollar, Swiss franc, and JPY, which is safe haven currency pairs. We're going to start seeing a bit of movement coming from that. Now, we don't know if everything's all excited. Everyone gets all excited about what's happening right now. We know that the COVID-19 stimulus bill is going to be approved, and that's going to excite people too. And so there's going to be some movement. All of that stuff is going to make the markets move. Now, when it moves, we're going to be able to take advantage of that. That's why I said, take this time between now and the end of the year, as we move into the new year, to really go ahead and identify these trading opportunities. Get used to seeing this and how to be able to trade this. Coming to the trading room this week with me, we're going to be talking about a lot of this stuff and how we're preparing for 2021. We're going to look at pound crosses. We're going to look at Brexit. We're going to look at the US election and how that's unfolding, how things are going to change the market. We're looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum. One pair I'm in is, or at least one crypto I'm in is Ethereum. I got a lot of money in Ethereum. I withdrew out of Bitcoin, put money into Ethereum because I saw bigger opportunities with Ethereum over this next month or two. So these are the type of things that we look at. Now, here is a trading opportunity on the Aussie CAD. Check this out on the Aussie JPY. If I go to the daily time frame, the daily time frame is offering this big shark pattern right here. And it's telling us that price is going to move back down south. It's going to move back down here. We could see the price moving down to around about, let's see here, it looks like about 350 pips. Now, let's see here, that's the opportunity. 350 pips is the trading opportunity. Now, you might not get all of that 350 pips. You may only get a portion of that, and that's okay. But what this is telling us right now is, hey, traders, Aussie JPY looks really good to start thinking about a trade going south. Now, what are we going to wait for? Well, we're going to wait for our signals. What are we looking for? We're looking for red signals. We've already got one right here. So there was already a trade signal indicating that price is going to sell off right here. Oh, I think I'm a little bit, yep, right there. So red, red, red would be this one right there. Okay. So here is the trading opportunity right here. So we should be already selling at this point right here. Now, when's the next opportunity? Well, it's green right now. We got to wait for it to go red, red. When it goes red, red, time to go ahead and start looking to sell the Aussie JPY and continue to sell until the market drops back down to this target right down here, because this is ultimately what we're looking for. We're looking for price to move all the way down here to around about 75.30 on the Aussie JPY, which means that the Aussie price is going to get weaker against the JPY, the Japanese yen, and Japanese yen is going to get stronger against the Aussie US dollar. All right, sorry, the Aussie dollar. So that's what we're looking for right here on the Aussie New Zealand dollar. This is what we're looking for on the Aussie JPY. Great opportunities, but traders, it all starts off being educated, getting the right tools, getting the right education, getting the right mentorships, and you get that here with ByDzyne and with market traders. So listen, yeah, I'm so excited about 2021 with regards to trading. There's going to be such great trading opportunities that is already starting to present itself. I had my first trading session after my slight break. I had about a week and a half break, And I came back today for the first time, went into the markets, checked out a couple of things, and I did my first session before we end the year. I did this this morning, and the opportunities that are presenting themselves are really, really exciting. And I'm going to go ahead and reconfirm what Dave said. It's an exciting time for traders to get involved in trading, because the markets ranges are starting to widen. We're starting to look for better setups, much better setups for the setting up for the 2020 start of the year. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to pass it back over to David. I want to thank everyone for joining. Love you guys, and I appreciate everyone being here.
Gary, thank you so much once again for your willingness to give this great presentation, even during the middle of this holiday weekend. Let me just ask you one question, and it might be something that you were already touching on, but let me give you an opportunity just to hit this one completely out of the park. As we're going into 2021 right now, and all of the uncertainty that has been going on in the last 8 or 10 months, whether it be with the pandemic, whether it be with the United States election, which is now completed, but overall, without anything specific, overall, what's your feeling of optimism for the year of 2021 in the Forex markets around the world? What are you seeing?
Sorry, I muted myself. Well, David, you know, the one thing that we need as traders is we need movement, right? We've got to get the volume into the market in order for us to take the opportunity and trade the opportunities. Now, we do have different trading strategies that could trade tighter ranges and wider ranges. And so we have to discern which is the best time to use which strategies. But what the great thing about what's heading into the 2021 is that we're seeing a lot of new changes happening. And so with changes, and even this COVID-19 that we've gone into, we all know that we're not completely over with COVID-19. There's a new strain that's taking place at the moment right now. That may take us another 3 to 6 months to get through this stuff. But once we get through that stuff, we're going to be back. The market's going to be back to where it needs to be, where we're going to see trading continue to do what it is. The great thing the one thing that we can take back from this whole 2020 is that the markets still moved enough for us to take advantage of that. In fact, this has been probably one of my better years of trading, even though we went through the pandemic, even though we went through what we did this year, trading still continued to be. And as long as one currency pair is getting stronger against another, there is a trading opportunity. And I see that coming still in 2021.
Outstanding. And then just one more little drilling down question relating to that. With the pandemic situation, and now that we know that there are tens of millions and hundreds of millions of doses of what we've learned as highly effective vaccines that are now going throughout the world, what sort of a specific impact might that have in the Forex markets, given the fact that overall that would be considered one of the brightest moments of this whole pandemic situation?
Yeah, well, that will create more security for a lot of people, understanding that, you know, businesses are going to go back to usual, to, you know, back to business again, because of this the lockdowns that we've been in. It's put a lot of strain on a lot of individuals, businesses, countries, states. With all of this now unfolding and becoming a lot quicker access to these vaccines, are going to create a much more comfortable investing pause as we move into the second quarter of the next year. And that's where we're going to start seeing the volume starting increasing a lot more rapidly. And that's why I've always said to a lot of my students, get ready in this quarter, the first quarter of the year. It's really a preparation time, because we're going to start preparing for a lot more volume to come in as things start becoming better, and as we get and roll out the vaccines to many individuals that need it.
Great. Well, Gary, thank you again very, very much for being with us on this latest episode of Wealth Wisdom by yourself, Gary Fichardt. Wishing you and your family happy holidays. and safe travels in the next couple of months as you travel to Utah for your family skiing vacation.
Absolutely. And by the way, I just found out it's West, I think it's called West Park Resort, but it's in Park City.
Oh, it's in Park City. Well, that is one of the most glorious skiing and snowboarding locations anywhere on the planet Earth. So you're coming to an awesome place. I'm not a Utah guy, but I know enough about what they say to know that Park City is truly spectacular. In fact, in 2002, that was one of the central areas for the Winter Olympics that were held right here in Utah. So you're coming to a very awesome place.
Good. Thanks, Dave.